guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming 10 hot sizzling summer palettes for you guys. So if you guys are interested in seeing my 10 palette picks for the summer, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I also have an addiction to green eyeshadow. So I mean, there might be like an excessive amount of green eyeshadows, or at least eyeshadow singles in this video. So if you like green eyeshadow, if you like new makeup releases, this is the place for you. Highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, I get so nervous about picking eyeshadow palettes. Honestly, picking favorites is my least favorite thing to do. Anyways, I thought and I picked out 10 eyeshadow palettes that I think will be perfect for summer 2022. So let's get into it in no particular order. The first one is the Unearthly Cosmetics Sleepover palette. Now this came out a little bit after Valentine's Day. I think it was supposed to come out for Valentine's. This was like their Valentine's palette. But either which way, it's like a cool indie berry tone palette. So if you like mauve tones, this might be like your next favorite mauve palette but turned up. I did try to shop my stash with these palettes, so I did try to pick some that have been around for a while. This and a few others might be some of the newer palettes, but I wanted to mention this because I thought it was so fun. So it's got some really beautiful metallics, some really beautiful matte shades. And even if you're like a neutral girl, you could definitely do something cool with this. But if you love very dramatic smoky eyes, these deeper matte shades will definitely get you through those summer nights as well. Okay, my next palette pick was one that was sent to me from the brand Glaminatrix. They're a small Australian indie brand, and this palette, let me just show you. Oh my goodness, it has the most beautiful multi-chrome shadows. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to like mess up my shadows, but this is a gorgeous palette. It's a little bit more of a unique color story, and I'm going to warn you in advance, if you want this, you really have to be on top of it because these are very limited, and I don't think she makes them in very big batches. I think there's a restock coming though, and it's a really fun color story. So if you're interested, or maybe you have this palette already and you haven't given it too much of a chance, highly recommend pulling it back out and playing with it some more. Okay, this one is a newer palette in this video as well, but I just felt like this was such an amazing palette for summer. So we have the Dragon Fruit palette from Cleona and Emily Violet Marie. Oh my goodness, I just talked about this in my May rankings video as well because I've been using it a ton. But these metallics are so good. I know some people don't love as many pink shades as are in here, but I don't know. If you haven't experienced Cleona's metallics, you might want to check this palette out because it's a great way to try Cleona without having to figure out what singles to get. They also have beautiful eyeshadow bundles on their website, so if you want to get some singles, that is an option. But if you like pinks and if you're feeling tropical and summery, highly recommend the Dragon Fruit palette. Also, the highlighters in that collection, so good. Okay, next is a older palette. This one I did buy with my own money. It's the Bad Witch Club palette from Give Me Glow. This is such a fun color story. I think this is my favorite color story that Give Me Glow has done. So it's got a bunch of beautiful jewel tone mattes and some gorgeous metallics. They do have a really nice metallic formula. It's very pigmented and opaque, and it foils really pretty. So if you have this palette, I think it's a fun one. It's a fun pop of color for the summertime. Okay, next is definitely an oldie, but this was one of my favorite palettes for the summer. I think this came out last year, right? Or was it the year before? I can't quite remember, but this is the Lush Life palette from ColourPop. This is my favorite ColourPop palette. I'm Pretty sure it used to be the Good Sport, but we've all come to accept that the Good Sport is not coming back. But this is like my favorite ColourPop palette with some really solid greens. I know they've done all green palettes before, but this palette has the best greens. I swear, I love these 4 shades. I love this dark blue. This olive tone shade is nice too. And it has a few neutrals, so even if you like a lot of neutrals and you just want to do a pop of green in like your inner corner, this palette is amazing. I think it's still available for purchase. So if you ever see it, because sometimes you can buy it for like $5, make sure you grab it if you've been thinking about it. And if you already have it, this is your PSA to pull it out and create some gorgeous summer looks. Okay, I had to mention this one because how can we talk about summer without talking about ice cream? So this is the Glam Light, and this is their ice cream palette, and it's got some beautiful shades. So we've got a bunch of the warm tone neutrals up here, and then we have some stunning pastel shades, so you can mix and match and just create your best popsicle looks, if you know what I mean. Super, super nice. You guys know I love Glamlite. They're one of my favorite brands, and I do have a code with them, so if you've been eyeing any of these palettes, also they have amazing sales. So I would say keep an eye out. 4th of July sale, Labor Day sale. I'm all about the sales. When it comes to brands that you can get their stuff on sale, Glamlite's definitely one of them. So definitely, if you've been eyeing that palette, it's super, super cute, and the summer is the perfect time. Okay, I had to talk about this palette. I am taking kind of a break from Juvia's Place, but I already own this palette, and I just think that there are so many stunning shades in this palette. It's also got some multi-chromes in it, so if you have this palette, it's the perfect time to play with some stunning metallic blue shades, and so good. This is the Juvia's Place Wahala 2. I love the packaging. Everything about it just reminds me of the pool, the beach, any body of water that's blue. This is the palette that reminds me of that feeling. Okay guys, this one's discontinued, but the last time I checked, Sasha Denona had this in stock on her website. So this is like your last PSA, like grab this if you can. I had to include like a neutral palette in this video, so I decided to go ahead and highlight the gold palette from Sasha Denona. This is one of her OGs, and it's expensive, but it's so good. I'm so tempted to do a look with this palette because I know it's in stock on her website, but oh my gosh, this shade Lime Chrome is like the OG like duochrome shade that everybody wanted. It's so pretty, so flattering. The mattes are so nice. You can do a neutral look. You can use these blues to create a fun pop of color. And I think that this is probably Natasha's best neutral palette. I mean, I'm thinking of like the Biba and the bronze and all that, but this is so unique. The Biba doesn't have shades like this lime chrome with those like green duochromes, which you guys know is like the gateway to my soul. So I love this palette so much. And since it's available on Sasha Denona's website, this is your recommendation to go ahead and grab it. Okay, and next palette came out in the winter of 2021, but I think this would be such a fun summer palette as well. This is the Mariposa palette from Mel Cosmetics. This was their holiday launch, and I mean, look at these corals and these green shades. Like, if that's not an eye look, I don't know what is. So if you've been wondering about this, I know they had this on like an amazing sale just like a few weeks ago, so maybe you grabbed it, but I think it's the perfect summer palette. Definitely check this out if you're doing like a summer shop my stash. I think this would be the perfect palette to include. Okay, I'm like covered in shimmer, but that's okay. The last palette for this video, I wanted to mention the Druid palette from Fantasy Cosmetics. I hadn't talked about this in a while, but this is a stunning green eyeshadow palette. It's got the most beautiful metallics. It's those ones that feel kind of wet, and they have so much pigmentation to them. Oh, I don't know. I just feel like this is a simple palette because it's 9 shadows, but all of the metallics pack a punch. There's 2 beautiful green leaning mattes, and then 2 brown neutral shades. So you can do a neutral look, you can do a green look. This is the perfect palette for somebody that's trying to get into greens. Hopefully you guys have this. I definitely want to create a look with this summer, but yeah, I just wanted to mention this as my 10th palette in my lineup for summer palettes. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite summer palettes are. You guys know I love chatting to you in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in a new video very soon. Bye.